crashed or something, but we are back. And we are just on the start. I have no idea what just happened, to be honest, so sorry for that. So who's gonna come first into? As we can see, the red lights are on. 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go here in Cota, here in Austin, Texas. We've got a good start for both Mercedes, and is it gonna be Brett down the inside on Lupus into turn 1, and Brett takes the lead. First Ryan also comes into first. We've got a good carnage there on the back of the grid, but fortunately everyone are going here. So it's Brett leading from Lupus, from Fireshot Ryan, from Jair, from Taralucci, from Deepak. There is someone going off the track. It's one of the Ferraris, it's Space Fan, who is also getting a touch from Vilzu, his championship contender, and he's down in 14th. Beautiful start for both Champ and Granty Boy, 9 positions up. And so we got a battle there. Taralucci tried to overtake the Jair as he was under the pressure from Deepak. He got a little touch there from the McLaren. And there is also Granty Boy fighting with Champ. They are going side by side into turn 12. As Granty Boy has got the outside line, we've got many switches here. Deepak tried to make a move on the racing point. And we've got Granty Boy ahead of Champ. Also, Prime Wheels overtakes Adi. And we've got a fight between Fireshot Ryan and Jair here. Through the stadium section, they go now onto this 3 Apexes corner. As Fireshot Ryan is really close to the Williams driver, and we've got also Pacefan trying to get his positions up, back, and he's overtaking Libanov. Also Deepak is fighting with Taralucci still. Of course, Brett with a beautiful start in the first place at the moment. And Deepak and Taralucci and Granty Boy are going 3 wide into turn 1. How is it gonna end? And so Deepak has got the inside line, so he comes out on top of this battle, but it's gonna be Granty Boy who overtakes Les Taralucci, and Les Taralucci lost 2 positions already. He may lose the 3rd one because he's under pressure of Champ, but Champ now got a really bad go through these S's. And so Granty Boy now is looking for a move on Deepak. He's now 11 places up, really good first. 1.5 lap for the Renault. I have to say sorry again because I don't know what happened there. My internet just crashed as Les Taralucci spun or something at the exit of turn 11, and he lost all his positions and he's down in 17th now. Also Granty Boy tries to overtake Deepak into turn 12. And he does a beautiful switch back here, and he gets another position. Also, we've got a switch between Red Bulls, and he's now losing positions, and he's already behind Taralucci, unfortunately for him. We're also Timats is getting overtaken by Spaghetti. But Timats has got damage on his front wing, and so Lupus with the fastest lap of the race. Also Edzax losing another position as he's struggling with his tires as they are hot as hell, and so we got Timats in the pits and Edzax doesn't follow. So both Mercedes are on top under pressure of Jair, but is he gonna be able to fight with the Silver Arrows, who are just perfect during this weekend? Only Brett overtook Lupus as he had the better start and the inside line into turn 1. Maybe now with the DRS, Lupus is gonna try to attack his teammate. He gets a better exit out of this turn. And now DRS wide open for Lupus. Brett tries to cover the inside. So Lupus says that he's gonna go around the outside then, and so he's now in front of his teammate, and as they are going side by side into turn 12, can Lupus take the lead here in Cota? He has got the inside line now, but they are still going side by side through the entire stadium section. But Brett doesn't give up and he stays in the lead as he pushes Lupus out of the track here. And so Jair is now closer to these two, but beautiful defending for Brett, but also brilliant defending for Brett and brilliant drive for Lupus also, as they were going side by side through the entire stadium section. What the hell? Sorry for my language. And so we've got also Vilzu close to Champ. He has got the slipstream, he has got the DRS. But is it gonna be enough? Not here. For Vilzu has got softs, so he in theory should be faster than Champ, at least now, as we are on the early stages. Front wing, he's losing every positions he gained here. Virtual safety car is on track. So Fireshot Ryan, from fighting for the podium, he's now down in 15th. And so that for him, I don't know what happened there, as I switched to him as he got the 3-second time penalty and I saw that. So yes, maybe Grunty Boy will rescue the Renault chances for the points here today, as we've got the VSC on track. VSC is now over and we go racing again as Lupus and Brett and Jair are it's a 4-car battle for P1 at lap 4 at the moment, so everyone except of Brett are gonna have DRS here on this straight. Brett is trying to break the toe, but these three drivers are so close, and so it's gonna be a very, very beautiful fight for victory here. And so as we've got Grunty Boy trying to get himself up into podium position as he started in P17. Champ with 3-second time penalty. Grunty Boy, as he started in P17, he is now trying to get past Jair and then get past Lupus and Brett. It looks like Lupus is gonna have another try to overtake Brett, but he made a little mistake there on the exit. Brett again trying to cover the inside, but I don't think he needs to do it, because Lupus is too far to attack here. We've got a switch between Champ and Defak as they are going side by side. There is also Vilzu close with a DRS as they are breaking into turn 12. A little bit lock up for Champ. They are still Vilzu and Defak are going by side. Vilzu has got the inside line, so he should get on top of McLaren, and he does it. But McLaren may fight back here in this corner, and he does it, or not quite. Vilzu has got the better traction on the outside line here. And so it's gonna be Red Bull comes out on top of this battle. We've got also Taralucci trying to get his positions up as he overtakes Spaghetti. Paceman makes a lunge into last corner on Defak. So Paceman currently in 7th, but he's going side by side with Defak as Adi is watching it. And so Defak has got the inside line, but is it gonna be enough for him to defend from Paceman? Yes, it is. Let's switch to Brett, because he's also close to Lupus as he got overtaking. Oh, I didn't show this, sorry. So we've got a lead change. Lupus is back on top, and it's now gonna be Brett who is under pressure from Jair, from Grunty Boy. And so let's see if Lupus can get away from this battle. We've got a yellow flag. It's Adi. No, it's not Adi, it's Spaghetti in the S's. So another trouble for Haas here. So Grunty Boy, can he make a lunge down the inside on Jair? He brakes later, and it looks like we've got the Grunty Boy on the podium here at the moment, but it's not all over yet. We've got, it's Brilliant fight for victory here as Granty Boy makes a beautiful lunge down the inside and he takes the lead of the USA Grand Prix here. So everyone got a little bit disoriented as Granty Boy made his beautiful move from 4th to 1st, and with this beautiful angle of the helicopter camera as Adi and Defak is losing places as Defak nearly spins in this free Apex's corner, but fortunately no damage for him as Tarlalucci also overtakes him. Also Pacefan comes into the pit lane. Has he got damage on his front wing? I don't know, I can't say from this angle. So Granty Boy, fantastic driving for him from 17th to 1st in 6 laps, to be honest. Brett with a 3-second time penalty. And so maybe Granty Boy is gonna be able to get away from this battle, but let's hope no, because this battle is gonna be so entertaining. As Adi is it's another trouble for Haas, yet another, I should say, as Omar Spaghetti spun on the S's, Adi spun on the exit of them. No switches there in the fight for first. As we've got Champ and Vilzu fighting, Vilzu takes this 5th position from the Ferrari. As Champ has got damage on his front wing, so he's gonna pit for the repairs. So let's switch to Jair. He's close to Lupus. He's looking for an opportunity to get past. Lap 8. 1/4 of this Grand Prix is over. Granty Boy, really fantastic move, as he probably didn't plan it, but as he broke, he was breaking the latest out of everyone, and he saw an opportunity that Lupus didn't cover the inside, and he went for it, and it was the best possible decision, as he is now leading this race. Also Adi is close to Gui. They are gonna be fighting through the S's. But I'm gonna switch to the battle for first. Granty Boy looks like he has got the pace to get away from this battle, but we'll wait until the situation unveils. We've got a switch because it's Champ again overtaking Vilzu for the P5 here. They are losing nearly 6 seconds to the first group here at the moment. As Jair still close to Lupus, but Lupus is losing a small amount of time to the Renault. They are all on softs, so they should be pitting in the same on nearly the same laps. Also Natik is close to Libanov. Natik, who is on hards, is gonna try to overtake Libanov, who is on mediums. We've got Edzax in the pits, who is gonna be probably changing his front wing. Let's switch to Natik and Libanov, because it's the closest battle on track at the moment. Granty Boy has already have over a second advantage on Lupus, so it looks like the Renault is getting away, but Jair is close enough to overtake Lupus around the outside into turn 12, but not quite. Lupus defends his position, but now maybe Jair is gonna make a switchback here. Maybe he's gonna make a Granty Boy and he's gonna make a lunge into this turn. Yes, he is. and he has got the inside line, and is he gonna retake this second position? Not quite, not here, but it was the closest try at the moment. And so Jair still has to watch Lupus back, but maybe now they are coming on to the start-finish straight, and Jair has got the DRS. Lupus covers the inside line, so Jair goes around the outside into turn 1, but it's gonna be Lupus who brakes later, and so Jair still can't find the possibility to pass the Mercedes, as Brett is losing time. And we've got the rain, so we've got the rain already after 10 laps of racing, and it looks like it's getting slippery now. I forgot about this rain, to be honest. Lupus got a little bit slider, so it might be already a time to change the tires. So I don't know why, for example, Natik started on hards here. So Jair, he has got one more try to overtake Lupus with the DRS, because when the rain comes, he's not gonna have the rear wing help, but it's gonna be Lupus who comes out on top again. But maybe Jair around the outside in this turn, not again, but he's making a switchback, and now they are going side by side into it's turn 15, I guess. But still Jair can't find the way to get past Mercedes, and he's still going behind him. Is Grunty Boy pitting? No, so it's still not enough rain for Inters. And so maybe now same scenario. Lupus covers the inside. Jair makes a look there, but there wasn't enough space for the car, and so he's gonna stay for yet another first sector behind. But now Lupus gets a touch from the Jair, and I don't know, because Lupus got a slide, and then he got a little bit help from behind for the spin, and so Lupus is now down in 6th. So it's getting worse for the Mercedes now. And another spin for Lupus. So these tires are done, and it's now the perfect time to pit for Inters, as Adi and Difak showed us. They are now pitting for the Inters. So Natik is gonna lose, because he was going on hards, and now everyone has to stop Lupus with another trouble. He's losing time. His tires are very hot, so it's gonna be even harder to come into the pit lane, as he has got nearly a full lap to get back to his mechanics, and he's making another spin. It's not looking good for Mercedes at the moment. Fortunately, Brett is still on the podium position, but Champ has already made this gap to under 2 seconds, and as they are all gonna pit, we've got Grunty Boy already in the pit lane, followed by Jair, followed by Brett. Also Champ makes the same thing. Same Vilzu. Oh, this slide. Let's see if Torossos won't gonna be stuck, because Wojtinho comes really close from Libenov. And so the top 3 comes out as they came in, but it's gonna be Vilzu ahead of Champ. Yes, it is. So we've got a switch, and it's now Vilzu in P4, and it's a very good information for him, because his title rival Paceman is outside of the points, and he has got he had to wait for his mechanics to start the working, and he's also changing his front wing, so he's gonna lose the position to Adi, and maybe also for Difak. And so as the race is underway. 12 lap 12 here in Kota. Granty Boy has got 7.5 second advantage on Jair. Then Brett nearly 3 seconds behind, and Vilzu, who is gonna try to attack the Mercedes for the podium position, and Cham, who lost out on changing his front wing in the pit lane. No close battles currently on track, and let's see if the rain is gonna get harder, and will we see the wet tires, the full wets in use here, or maybe the rain is gonna be so short that we will go back to slicks at the end of the race. So the race got a little bit boring now. Brett with the 3-second time penalty, as Les Tarlucci is trying to get his positions back after his problems on the start of the race. He's now chasing down Adi in Haas, who gets the 3-second time penalty. And let's see if the Racing Point is gonna be able to get past Haas. Jair also with a 3-second time penalty, as he's going in the second place. It may be problematic on the finish. Okay, as we are waiting for any battles here, I don't know what to say, to be honest. Tarlucci is making a mistake in these S's, so of course we have to, of course, make a really I'm missing the words, sorry. We have to applaud Granty Boy for his brilliant recovery, as he started in P17, and in 2 laps, to be honest, he was in P4, and then one beautiful move made him being in P1, and he's now leading the race 8 seconds ahead of Jair, who also gained a position on start. Brett also gained a position on start. He was leading the race, but currently he's going in P3. Also Vilzu got 2 positions from the start, but gained many positions on the start, and he's now 11 places up from his starting position. Libenov also 5 positions up, same as Natik going behind him. Wojtinho from P15 to P8, so 7 positions up for him. Also really good stuff for both Toro Rossos. Les Tarlucci, of course, after troubles, he overtook Adi a moment ago, and he's now up into P9 at the moment, as Adi closes the top 10. Oh, and he goes down the inside. He probably missed the breaking point, but he fortunately no damage made, or not big damage for Haas, as he has to watch out on the next laps as he's attacking Tarlucci. Then behind, counting on mistakes like that from the turn 1, is Team Mats going in P11, then Gui in P12, Difak with another McLaren, under pressure from Pacevan, who has to get past and make some points here today if he wants to keep his championship chances alive, as he has got some troubles with passing Difak at the moment, but he has got the slipstream now. Difak covers the inside, so Pacevan decides to go around the outside, but is it gonna be enough? He hasn't got enough speed to pass, I think, but now he brakes later, and around the outside goes Pacevan, and now he's gonna have the inside line into the next turn, and Pacevan is now up into 13th place. So one done, another 3 in front of him. Then we've got, of course, Edzax, who can't match his teammate's pace, and Lupus, unfortunately, who was going with a really good race. He got the pole position, but with a little help from Jair, he's now down in 16th, and he's scouting for some safety car to maybe repair his race here, and for which may give him some points here. And Omar Spaghetti at the very back of the grid, who hasn't got the pace, and he's nowhere near to even his teammate, as Wojtinho gets a 3-second time penalty. Let's see who has got the fastest lap, because who has got the fastest lap now is gonna have the fastest lap at the end of the race probably, and it's Lupus. So Lupus is actually gonna get this one single point for the fastest lap of the race, as in this league the fastest lap of the race can be added to your score whenever you finish the race. So it's good for Lupus, as he's probably gonna get this point, unless the weather is gonna get better and we'll go back to slicks. But I don't think that is gonna happen. We've got also a battle between Adi and Team Mats for the 10th position. Also, Paceman is trying to make a move on Gui down the inside, and he does it, and so Paceman now in P12. Just behind him is of course Gui. And so Paceman is now gonna be chasing Team Mats and Adi for any points here. It's not a good race for Paceman at the moment, especially as Vilzu is going in P4 and he's running away from him in the standings, as Paceman gets a little bit a slide on the exit of the last turn. Lestarlucci gets a 3-second time penalty. As we are gonna have a battle between Vilzu and Brett, who is closing to the Mercedes lap after lap after lap, and he's now under the second from the silver arrow, and Vilzu is gonna try to make a move for the podium position. What is gonna be even better for him if he wants to get this the championship this year. It's still 12 laps to go in this race. Lipanov with a 3-second time penalty. So we will see if drivers will gonna be forced to make another pit stop for another set of intermediates, or it's gonna be enough for these tires to go to the end. As Timats is also still close to Adi, but Paceman is also closing from 2 seconds. It's his loss is already down in not whole second, as they are now finishing lap 16th. But it's still Timats who is closer. Let's switch to Vilzu, as he's now only half a second behind the Mercedes. But Brett had a better exit and he's running away. So no moves here. And Vilzu has to close a little bit more if he wants to attack Brett. So now a switch to Team Mats, as he's also kinda struggling now. Maybe the rain goes. Oh! Paceman also struggling on the exit of the S's. So probably the race got harder, and and it's gonna be even more difficult to stay on track. But who is gonna match these weather conditions here? The one is gonna come out on top here, Spaghetti in the pits, as he's getting lapped by both Grunty Boy, Jair and Gilles and Brett. Still these three are gonna fight for the one single point. Paceman has to make it stick, as he needs this point, because this point may be crucial at the end of the season. And he still has got Les Taralucci quite close to the 10th position, so there is still 2 points available in this race, as we will switch to Prime Vilzu, who is even closer to Brett, so he's gaining on the Mercedes driver, but he's not able to get past him on the straight. They are also closing to Jair, I think, so we may still see a very good battle for P2. So Vils is still very close to Brett. He's trying to put the pressure on the Mercedes driver, but no big mistakes currently for Brett, as Jair is trying to get away from this battle, but Grunty Boy is just perfect in these conditions, as he has got 11 seconds advantage on the Williams. We've got also Adi getting really close to Taralucci, so it's now gonna be 4-car battle for P9 this time, and I think that it's gonna be all that these 4 drivers can reach in this race, because Les Taralucci is losing 13.5 seconds to Voitinho, who is going alone and stranded in the 8th position, defect with 3-second time penalty. No changes here, but whoa, Payson was really close to touching Timmats at the back, but fortunately for him that didn't happen, as Defak retired from the session. He decided that there is no point in going to the end. He was far away, even from his teammate. Is Vilzu close to overtaking Brett? Still no. So he still has to follow Mercedes in P4. This time Adi is close enough to overtake Les Taralucci down the inside into turn 12, and so Adi is now up into P9, and it's now Haas driver who gets 2 points in this race. But Les Taralucci tries to fight back down the inside into the next corner, but they are still side by side. Adi doesn't want to give up this position, and so inside line goes to Haas, but Taralucci is still fighting, and they are still going side by side into this turn. Who's gonna come out first here in this battle? Is it gonna be Taralucci? Yes, it is. So Taralucci still stays in front of Adi. Then at the back, Paceman really close to Timmats as the McLaren driver comes into the pit lane. So for the last 8 laps, Timmats is gonna try to go on the fresh rubber, and we'll see if everybody else is gonna follow, and they are also gonna pit. Let's see if our leader is coming into the pits. Whoa! Paceman overtakes Adi as Adi makes a mistake in the S's. He goes wide in the same place as Fireshot Ryan. Literally flew away from the circuit, and so Paceman now gets this one single point for 10th position, and he's now gonna be chasing down Taralucci to get these 2 points, maybe. Grunty Boy doesn't pit, and anyone else isn't pitting. So everyone are staying out. And so Virzu still can't pass Brett. It's not easy in these conditions. As the rain is getting harder and harder, at least as I can see. I don't know if that's true. The drivers know the best what are the conditions on track. So Virzu is still trying to get enough close enough to Brett to attack him. Sector 3 yellow flag. Is it Adi? No, it's Spaghetti. With another mistake, he's on the wets. Oh, and is Timas also on the wets? Yes, he is. And so it's of course it's getting hard. The rain is getting harder. So Timas and Spaghetti are both on wets, but we'll see if anyone is gonna follow them. Virzu still cannot pass Brett. And let's see if Paceman may have a try on Taralucci to get the 2nd point, and it looks like Grunty Boy isn't pitting, so everyone is gonna again stay on track. But now Paceman, he needs a better exit than Taralucci from this turn, but he doesn't get it, and so he's gonna probably stay behind Racing Point. We've got Brett in the pit lane. Is it gonna be wets? Yes, I can see it's wets for Mercedes. As Paceman still trying to get past Racing Point, maybe down the inside, not quite. And so Just Gonna Break makes a little bit of the undercut here. We'll see if the top drivers are gonna follow as Paceman, as Taralucci, I should say, goes wide, and Paceman is getting closer to him, but not quite close to attack, as he touches the back of the Racing Point a bit. Adi in the pit lane, so he's also gonna fit the wets probably, as Paceman goes around the outside on Taralucci into turn 1. But he can't quite do it. Taralucci had the inside line, so it was really easy for him to maintain his position here. And so now through the S's, Paceman cannot do any mistake here. He's going really slow through them, through these corners. Spaghetti with another time penalty. And as Grunty Boy is closing the pit lane, let's see if he's gonna pit. And no, he isn't. So he's staying out, and it's 6 laps to go for him. Let's see if Jair or Virzu are gonna pit, but Jair stays out, same as Virzu. So that's interesting. Brett was probably struggling with intermediate, so he decided to pit. Is it Adi? No, it's Spaghetti again, going without front wing through the S's. Unfortunately for him, it's not a good race. Also, Adi is going really slow. And we've got a safety car. Okay, so Omar Spaghetti made the safety car to come out, and it's gonna be Grunty Boy whose advantage is gonna come to 0. And let's see if he is gonna pit, if anyone is gonna pit. And we've got Libanov, Natik, Brett and Wojtinho in the pit lane. Libanov and Natik onto wets, Brett onto intermediates. Wojtinho, what tires is he gonna fit? Wojtinho fits the wets. So the rain is gonna get harder, as I can see. Pacefen isn't pitting. Tarlucci, Gui, Lupus and Edzax are. And let's see what tires are they gonna fit. Lupus fits the intermediates. Edzax fits the wets. And oh, that's an unsafe release, but it's Edzax, so he's coming ahead. Gui on intermediates, and who was in the pit lane also? Lester Lucci on the intermediates also. And let's see if Grunty Boy is gonna finally pit, or he's gonna stay for 5 last laps on the intermediates. He is pitting. So Jair, Vilzu and Champ are probably gonna follow him. But let's see what tires is he gonna fit. 12 laps on these intermediates. And the Grunty Boy fits wets. Jair and Vilzu. It's now their turn. Jair onto wets, and Vilzu, it's a time penalty, but it's also gonna be wets. So pretty much everyone from top 6 on the wets. It's only Brett, Pacefen, Taralucci, Adi, Gui and Lupus on the intermediates. So we will see which strategy is gonna be the right strategy. It's still gonna be 4 laps to go if the safety car comes in this lap. So we just have to wait. We just have to wait as Grunty Boy leads the pack. Behind him is Jair, of course, then Vilzu, who is maintaining his podium position, so it's good stuff for him, as Brett has pit too early and he pit another time to change back to intermediates. So that wasn't the best decision for him, and the race, which looked like full under control for Mercedes, it turns out to be Brett in P7 and Lupus in P14 with the fastest lap. And then after Vilzu we've got, of course, Champ, who is also having a very good race here. He is 12 positions up, so really nice job for him. And then we've got Libanov, who is also making a very good race here, also same as his teammate Wojtinho. Both Toro Rossos in the points. Natik 6 positions up, even though he was starting on hard compound tire. Brett, I was talking about him. Then Pacefen with 2 points at the moment, as he is gonna try to get some more points, but these tires are already 12 laps old, I think. Yes, 12 laps old intermediates, so we'll see if he is gonna be able to match Wojtinho's or Brett's pace. And then closing the top 10 we've got Taralucci, then is gonna be Adi and Gui, who are gonna chase for the points. And so safety car should came in this lap, and we should have the 3 more laps of racing. I was counting on the better battle for the victory here throughout the whole race, but maybe it's gonna get interesting on the last 3 laps, as the pack is gonna be bunched up, and the whole advantage which Grunty Boy had has just disappeared. Maybe it's gonna get interesting, and Jair is gonna try to attack Renault. And so safety car. Oh, and Grunty Boy goes into the back of safety car. I didn't see such a situation. Pretty much never. I have never seen such a situation. But Grunty Boy has now got damaged front wing, and so that's gonna make things even more difficult for the Renault driver to stay in the position he's currently in. Of course, safety car is going for another lap here, and so it's gonna be only 2 laps of racing. But Grunty Boy has got a problem now, and we will see if he's gonna be able to defend against Jair and Vilzu. But it is of course still the question which tires are the best at this time. Is it gonna be still intermediates, or it's gonna be wets? I think it's raining quite heavily, so it may be wets at the moment, but we will see. Because the man who is the first man on Inters, it's Brett currently, and if his gamble is gonna pay off, he may gain many positions here. But wets can't be fast. Wets have to be slow, and only then Brett will have a chance to overtake the top 6 runners. And now, as we are closing to the end of the second sector, we should see the information that safety car is coming in this lap, and yes, it is. So we go racing for yet another 2 laps of the USA Grand Prix here in Austin, Texas, in the rain. So just like in 2015, and it's Grunty Boy who is gonna defend for his life to maintain his first position and to maintain his great comeback story from 17th to 1st. Can he do it? We will see. As safety car comes into the pit lane, we go racing now. At least we should. And Grunty Boy leads the pack ahead of Jair, ahead of Vilzu, ahead of Champ. It looks like no moves are gonna be there. Oh, Wojtinho and Lestarelucci crashed on the starting straight, unfortunately for them, but I'm gonna switch here because it's Champ who gets a little trouble on the first corner and leaves. Livanov gets up into 4th, and Brett is trying to retake his positions. He's now up into 6th place, ahead of Natik already. No changes here in the podium positions, and so Brett trying to overtake Champ now. Through the assist they go. Unfortunately Voitinho and Starolucci lost all their points here on the start-finish straight, and now Brett is trying to make a move around the outside on Champ, and he does it, and he is now trying to attack Libenov down the inside, and I think that he's gonna make it stick, but it's gonna be a side-by-side battle into turn 12 between these two drivers. Also, oh, there is a contact, and Natik and Paceman is out of the session, and Natik hasn't got any wing, has got a wing damage, and so another contact there. Starolucci has left the session. Voitinho is now up into P11, so he may still got some points here. 7 seconds gap to teammates. And so Granty Boy is still defending, but Jair is trying to make a move already here. But he's gonna wait. He knows that Granty Boy has got damage as he goes down the side and he retakes the lead from the Renault, and it's now gonna be Jair who is gonna lead the last lap of this race. Also Virzu retakes the second position from Granty Boy, as Granty Boy is now down in 4th. Unfortunately for him, this one single mistake made him losing many time. Adi is going into the pits, I don't know why. Brett is also trying to overtake Virzu, and he does it down the inside on Red Bull driver, and so it's now Jair, Brett, Virzu for the podium positions. Granty Boy just behind them, but he's gonna have to watch out through the S's. Brett retakes the lead from the Jair. Jair made a mistake, and he's now struggling with his tires. So it's gonna be Inters who were the best possible strategy here, and it's gonna be Brett who retake every positions he lost, and he's now leading the pack. He's got half more lap to go. Jair is now under pressure from Virzu as Red Bull driver goes down the inside into turn 11. But Jair is gonna make a beautiful switchback here. It's free wide battle for the second place here. It's also Lupus out of nowhere. He's now in the second place. It's now looking so well for Mercedes. I don't know what is happening there. Granty Boy is also still fighting for the P2. He's still in the battle. Lupus is still in P2. Virzu is trying to fight with Jair. He's trying to maintain his podium spot. He needs this podium spot because this is it's gonna be a massive help for him during the championship battle. And so it's Brett 4 seconds ahead of Lupus. Then Jair loses position, he crashes here, oh no, and he's now down in 7th, and Libenov is also gonna overtake him. Brett wins this USA Grand Prix. What a race that was. Brett, after so many disappointments, he finally wins the Grand Prix. Lupus out of nowhere comes home to take first place because of the penalties, and it's Team Max winning this race. What is happening? What the fuck? What the hell? Oh my god, I can't believe it. Brett is down in 9th now. What just happened? I don't know. Team Mats wins the USA Grand Prix here in Ero in F2. Granty Boy is in 2nd place, Gui in 3rd, Virzu in 4th, Lupus, who came home in 2nd, is down into 5th. Then we've got 2 Toro Rossos, Libenov and Voitinho. Oh my god, that was just perfect. The last lap of the race was perfect. Oh, this race was actually wow, just wow. I was like shouting, I don't know what to say. Team Mats wins the USA Grand Prix. I'm sure that there are gonna be 1 million reports about the last lap of this race, but I think that this was the best race in this season in F2. It wasn't better than Italian Grand Prix from F1, but wow. Team Mats from 8th on the grid wins the USA Grand Prix. Then Grunty Boy from P17 comes home to take 2nd place. Then Gui, who is collecting the podium, comes home in 3rd. Vilzo in 4th. Lupus in 5th. Libanov and Wojtinho 6th and 7th. Then Jair, Natik and just Colin Brett with only one single point. He came home in 1st, but after the penalties, how many seconds had he got? 26 seconds for Brett, and he's down in 10th, and it's only 1 point for him. Then Edzax, Adi, Champ, Lester Lucci, Omar Spaghetti and Pacefen, Difak and Faishat Ryan, who didn't finish this race. Wow, top three without penalties, and that let him take these spots. Grunty Boy is probably happy because he lost his front wing during the safety car, and he managed to take 2nd place. It's still a very good place for him because of the of his starting position, and yeah, the podium, he may had a win, but the 2nd place probably tastes good for him. So yes, as we are closing to the last rounds of the season 3 in Ero, it's gonna be even more interesting. Let's hope. We've got 3 or 2 rounds to go, to be honest, and so join us next week here in Ero F2. In Ero, because in half an hour we've got a race in own team league. Maybe not in half an hour, in quite close period of time. So join us in a minute. My name is Gnievko, and goodbye for today.